This video documents a road trip made by myself and my daughters, Jackie and Nikki, through the southern part of the U.S. state of New Mexico. Our journey down Interstate 25 mostly shadows the historic Camino Real, loosely translated as the Royal Road, specifically that section between Las Cruces and Santa Fe in New Mexico. We rendezvous in Albuquerque and drive south down the I-25 to Socorro and thence to Bosque del Apache National Wildlife Refuge, which at this time of year is alive with thousands of migrating birds, especially snow geese and sandhill cranes. As the setting sun slips below the horizon, its place is taken by a full autumn moon suspended above a glowing sky. The following day we continue south down the I-25 and take a small diversion to visit the monument commemorating El Camino Real, which started in 1540, providing the overland route from Mexico City, reaching to Santa Fe in present-day New Mexico in 1610. Essentially, the route followed the life-giving waters of the Rio Grande, with one notorious exception, which started right here. Named Jornada del Muerto, the Journey of Death. It was a dreaded 90-mile waterless shortcut, bypassing the 120-mile-long westward bend in the Rio Grande. But the waterless route would claim many lives, making it one of the most deadly stretches of El Camino Real. Situated in the same waterless desert, just 20 miles from the town, with the odd name of Truth or Consequences. The next point of interest along this route is Spaceport America. In this remote and windswept place, we spot the irony of the symbols grouped by chance in this one single photo. The arrow pointing up to the flag alongside Truth. Sadly, an increasingly rare commodity. From those in power today. with the alternative result of consequences which always and inevitably follow the absence of truth. This stark choice affects the very future of our lives, vulnerable as we are to our increasingly fragile climate at the fringe of space. Probably not the best idea to locate Spaceport America alongside the Jornada del Muerto. Continuing south, we encounter a steady stream of windmill blades being transported north. We pass the sign to Radium Springs and turn onto Route 70 just north of Las Cruces. We head towards the striking Organ Mountains. We pass beyond them on a road which leads to Alamogordo, where people have lived for at least 11,000 years, but which is now remembered for its connection with the first atomic bomb test in 1945. We are bound for the White Sands National Park. This is an astonishing place in the middle of stark desert. The constant wind sculptures the dunes, but, as in the Sahara, while always on the move, their location remains unchanged. The dazzling white sands are a remnant of gypsum from the Permian Sea, millions of years in the distant past. To the west, the San Andres Mountains provide a dramatic backdrop. The ever-present wind traces intricate patterns across the surface of the dunes. At Jackie's prompting, we visit the historic ruins of 3 Spanish missions, grouped together under the Salinas Pueblo Missions National Monument. The first of these was Abo. When the Spanish arrived in 1581, they found a thriving community with a population of more than 1,600 engaged in trade with other pueblos. Construction of a church and convent started in 1623, and life for the local people was forever changed. The site was abandoned in 1673 due to a combination of drought, disease, famine, and Apache raids. We next visit Quarai. The Spanish arrived here in 1583, a couple of years after Abo. Here, construction of church and convent ran from 1627 to 1632. The walls are immense. This site was abandoned in 1678 for the same reasons as Abo. The third site, Gran Quivira, was more distant and is visited later by Jackie, accompanied by JJ. The Spanish arrived here in 1583, the same year as at Quiré. Work started on developing the extensive site in 1629. It was abandoned in 1672 for the same reasons as the others, most especially the Apache raids. Civilizations and empires come and inevitably go. Nothing lasts forever. We continue north to our starting point, the town of Albuquerque, founded in 1706. Most historic buildings around the plaza date from 1870 to 1900. The San Felipe de Neri Church dates from 1793. Here is an interesting mural with historical figures. We are here to attend a local film festival in which Jackie had entered a film produced jointly between her and myself. After the showing, we are delighted to learn we have been awarded first place. Nicky and myself returned home from the airport, huddled in the shadow of Sandia Mountains. Jackie continued on to Santa Fe, where a few days later she attended the ceremony of La Posada, during which crowds circulate the decorated plaza for a reenactment of the Bible story of Mary and Joseph looking for a place to stay.
Please.